Go this way, sweetie. Come here. Need some help? Thought I'd come over and see what you guys are up to.
We are,
Is it water day?
yeah, we gotta get to the water. We're gonna try to take the big unit down there. Jerry's headed down to the spring box to try to get the road.
Kind of analysis of it.
Yeah, throw some sand on there and such. And,
Nice.
See,
Yeah, if you get that big one, how much is that? 300? 400?
25?
What's that? 325? Nice. Yeah, I've got IBC totes that are 275, so that's what I use in my place in Arizona.
Yeah, that's what we...
What's up, Tier? What you doing, girl?
Let's see if I can get 3 more.
Check out bucket. Met a guy in town who accidentally drove his car off this area, went all the way down to the bottom there, and was in there for 6 hours. If you drive by this area and you see these little orange flags, that's what it means, is that this was the area where the dude went over the edge, went down. And I met him over at the Big R store in town, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I sat there for like 6 or 7 hours before somebody came and, you know, noticed I was down there. I guess he broke his back in a bunch of different places. So definitely a reminder to be careful when you're out here on these Forest Service roads, because they're windy and you can definitely get yourself in trouble. So there's this awesome Amish bakery that is in the area, and they've got the best pastries and everything else on the planet. So we're going there right now, and what's awesome is you walk in the door and they give you this huge donut to shop while you're there. And it's one of those donuts that, like, it weighs like a pound, you know, so it's like a legit donut. It's not the crappy ones you buy at the grocery store. It's like the real ones. So going in there right now, we're gonna pick some stuff up for the Super Bowl tomorrow, because my Chiefs are in it, and hopefully we'll see how they do against Philly's run game. But if they can stop the run game, I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to beat us through the air. So I've been charged with getting dessert for us for tomorrow night, because we're going to be doing ribs, and Kevin and Jerry are going to be cooking those up. They also got some stuff for like some side salads and stuff like that. So I'm in charge of getting dessert. So that's what my mission is right now at this Amish bakery. So let's go in there and hit this. Horse and buggy right there. Very One of the reasons why I love coming to this Amish place is that back in Kansas, where I grew up, we had a pretty big Amish presence kind of around where our home was, at least our first home when I was in grade school. And so it's cool coming here and getting all the really good baked goods and all those things, because it's just amazing. So their food is awesome, and I just love the Amish community. Get back there, those stinkers. I love this Amish community. It reminds me of Kansas, where I grew up, because we had a big Amish community that was around us, and the food is just always amazing. So got some cinnamon rolls for the dessert portion of Super Bowl tomorrow. So I'm gonna run into town now, grab a few more items, and then head back to camp and enjoy the rest of the day. It's supposed to be really nice weather. It's supposed to be like temperatures in the mid 40s up at 9,500 feet, which is amazing. So I wanted to get back there soon so I can take advantage of this nice weather. Tell you what, it is a nice day out here. Super nice day. So Super Bowl Sunday, my contribution to the feast today is to have these cinnamon rolls for dessert. This is from that bakery I visited yesterday, that Amish bakery. This is cream cheese cinnamon rolls, and I'll be sampling just a little bit of this just to make sure it's good and to cover up the spot where I ate some icing. So we're gonna throw this into the cast iron skillet and enjoy a little bit this morning here. It's only about 10:30 right now, but by this time tomorrow the storm will have set in. So tomorrow's expecting, I think, up to 7 inches. Tuesday is I think only like 5, and then Wednesday is the big day. I know Tuesday I think is like another 7, and then I think Wednesday is 11. So could have up to 2 feet, which would be pretty awesome. Oh, you're just such a cutie. You're just laying in the sun. Get this out of your face. You got a nice little area here to lay in the sun. Really good. Chill here. I'm gonna go test out these cinnamon rolls. Now, the walls sure have melted down quite a bit. It was at one point. This was like shoulder length or shoulder height. I had it all set up, but now it's not really clocking in like that at the moment. Got a cool picture right there. But it does look like this storm that's coming in is going to have a lot of accumulation. So starting to get the totals right now, a couple days. I think the forecast is up to 1 foot of snow possible for 2 of the days. And then the other day, I think it's like, I don't know, it's like 7 inches or something like that. So could get a possibility of almost 3 feet, which would be killer. Not yet. Looking good. Go ahead and take a tour of the tent here. I want to show you how I've got it set up. And so one thing I noticed right out of the gate is I got double doors. So I got this door here, another door right there, and then both of them have windows too. So the ventilation in here in the Shackleton tent from Ellis Canvas Tents is really good. And there's also a ventilation shaft right there, or a little vent. You just pull down the Velcro on that and you can get some airflow through there. The stove is set up in the middle of the tent, which took a little bit of getting used to for me. I normally have one in the corner. That's what the Bighorn 3 that I used to rock, that was what the stove configuration was. But I do like this for the simple fact that, you know, when you've got everything buttoned up at night and the doors are shut, the windows are tight, your ventilation, little hole up there is all buttoned up. The stove, actually, you don't really need to run the stove fan as much, because the heat just kind of emanates out in all directions and it's pretty comfortable, so I like that. As we come into the tent to the right, this is where I keep my water storage. I've got a pee bottle back there for evening time, and then wood and any sort of wood supplies, you know, like creosote remover, stuff like that. The creosote really builds up in the stovepipe when you're burning pine and aspen, so it's just something you can't really get around. A lot of people have said, well, you know, I burn hardwoods and I don't get the creosote buildup, which is true. It doesn't do that with some hardwoods, but for whatever reason, pine and aspen, it just gunks this thing up like crazy. And you may have seen the video I did. I'll put the link in the video description below, but it shows like how I clean the stovepipe, but I have to do that like once a week. But once you do clean it, it's great because then you have all of this that heats up as well. And so you've got this emanating heat from the main firebox. We'll open it up here and see how our little fire is going. We're warming up a cinnamon roll right now. Another one. This is number 2. I'm hoping we can keep it at 2. I was supposed to keep this for the dessert tonight for the Super Bowl. So gotta stop eating them. But anyway, back to what I was saying here. You get heat coming off this and this, so it really spreads out in the tent nicely with that being in the center. And then obviously my cot. This is a Cabela's XL Outfitters cot. I like it. It's got a little swing bar right here that helps you when you put the final pull-it or the final support in here, because you got to kind of wedge it in there. So that's kind of nice. And it's also nice and wide and long, so it's good for people that are tall and want a little bit extra room to stretch out. I do kind of keep my camp pretty well organized. So if you look underneath here, I've got Sierra's food along with her medicine that we give her for her cancer. We've got backpack. The backpack basically is just full of toiletry items and a little bit of filming gear. And so next to that, just some hats, a nice windbreaker, an extra chair in case somebody comes to visit camp. Then I got a place for them to sit. I've got my laundry bag, and then any sort of quick grab like clothing and stuff like that. And then we've got Sierra's bed here. Food, I've got rocking the Dometic CFX. What is it, the 45 I think is what this is. Can't remember which one it is. And then this is the battery that I'm going to be doing a review on. This is the Zendur Super Base Pro 2000. And this thing's awesome because It's kind of a hybrid. It's a lead acid battery as well as lithium. So you get the long life cycles with it, you know, like a normal lithium does. And on top of it too, you can drain it down to 0 and it won't hurt the battery. But the really nice feature for winter camping is the fact that it can go down to -4 Fahrenheit and still operate. And so that makes things a ton easier when working with winter camping, because you know, when your stove goes out, when it's the middle of the night and this thing stops having fire in it, it gets cold in here. But if you're bundled up in your sleeping bag, you might not notice it. And then the regular lithium batteries, they'll go down to like 27 degrees, then they'll start to falter. So this one being able to go down to -4 was really convenient. And you can supercharge it. You can charge it real fast. Put like 1800 watts into it from like a wall plug or from a generator, which is really cool. So I love that. Over here, just basically some different stuff like how to make stuff to make coffee, a few different supplies, things like that. A little table that I'll use, and then unfortunately, this is my prized possession. But if you can see here, I broke the axle on this thing, jumping it off of a big snowdrift, and so unfortunately, we're out of commission with the RC truck at the moment, which is a bummer because I love running that thing, but. It's all good. So this is the chair that I'm using. This is from Ellis Canvas Tents as well. This is kind of a new prototype that they sent me. I love the logo on the back here. I think that's one of the coolest logos out there. But I love this thing. It's really comfortable. I just set it up here in front of the stove, just like this, and kind of hang out. And Sierra will kind of jump up on the bed over there and you know, just kind of hang out and relax and everything. So it makes it really, really comfortable. And with it sitting right here with the stove fan pointed in this direction, it just makes it to where it's a real nice warm place to sit. And that's pretty much it. For the floor, I'd recommend if you winter camp, always get a floor covering. And the reason for that is you're camping on frozen ground, and so the cold air emanating up, it will just keep your feet frozen if you don't have like some sort of cold cover. Your feet will just be frozen if you don't have some sort of cover on the ground. So these are these old sleeping bags that I've used forever from Cabela's, and they're the Outfitter sleeping bags. One of them is a -20, the other one's a 0 bag, and they're both awesome. But they're canvas, and so I just lay them down, and then the insulation with it keeps it nice and warm in here. So that's pretty much the tent. It's real easy to work with. I love it. The ease of setup and breakdown is what I wanted. I wanted to be more mobile, you know, when I was winter camping, and so this has really fit the bill. I still have the Bighorn 3, and I'll probably bust it out one more time before winter's over, just to kind of bring back some old memories and see if I can fix the zipper a little bit. I did fix the vestibule, one of the poles that broke, so that was what was holding me back from being able to go out with it, because I want to have the vestibule this time of year. That's one thing about this tent which I do miss, is the vestibule. So, but the ease of being able to move around is really nice, and the breathability too. I don't have the condensation issues that I had in the Bighorn 3. So I'll put all the links in the video description below for all the gear, and yeah, thanks for watching.
He's got me looking quite bad.